Hey folks, Dave DiPaolo from Maximus Internet Marketing. This is Web Wednesday. What a week it's been in the web. A whole lot going on. Unless if you're not paying attention, you may not know. But Donald Trump has been removed from Twitter permanently. He's also been deplatformed on many other social media accounts. In addition, YouTube just jumped in and said they're removing him for 7 days until after the inauguration. So a whole lot going on there, removing the president from social media. In addition to that, Parler, a conservative app, which was spawned that came out of conservatives feeling like their voice wasn't being heard on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's now been removed from iPhones and Androids. You can't get their app from their app stores anymore. You can't log on to their app if you had it already. You can't find them on Google. Amazon, who was hosting their site, actually removed that completely from their server. So tons and tons of stuff going on here, and it just shows you how intertwined a lot of these big tech companies are, and what they can do, the power that they have. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and give you my opinion on any of this. That's not what I'm here for. What I am going to do is give you some predictions that I have that I think is going to come from this, and I really think that I am going to be correct about these. So first things first is, money trumps everything, no pun intended. And what I mean by that is, eventually these companies, I think, are going to see that they're losing a ton of money. Twitter stock had already went down. They're going to see users go down, engagement go down. That's a big deal when it comes to profits, the bottom line, keeping your shareholders happy, keeping your employees happy. There's a lot going on there. And at some point, greed, profit, all that stuff in corporations, in the corporate world, takes precedence a lot of times over, anything else that they thought that they were doing there. So at some point they're going to look at this and say, wow, we lost a shit ton of money over, the last, 6 months or whatever it is. And I'm betting that at some point they're going to let Donald Trump back on Twitter. Not going to be tomorrow, obviously, but down the line they probably will. So I think that will happen. I don't think they're going to let up on the fact checking and some censorship and that kind of stuff, but I'm thinking he's going to be back on Twitter at some point. Secondly, talked about apps on phones. So I think what we're going to see now too is a third player is going to jump into the mix here. So someone's going to see this opportunity and say, whoa, this is a time that we could jump in and make a splash here. So, what if a guy like Elon Musk or someone who's in that big technology world can, create a whole new phone and jump into this market, which isn't easy to jump into. But someone like that actually has the technology and the power to do that. Because right now you have two operating systems. You have Apple and you have Android. But if someone else jumps in as a third player here and they throw that in there, saying, hey, we're not going to, control the apps on your phone. We're not going to do this. And in addition to, this is all the better stuff that we could do. I think we're going to see a huge jump in innovation now, because if you throw someone like that into the mix, like someone like Elon, who's all about tech and that kind of stuff, you're going to see the capabilities and the innovation of phones just go through the roof on what we can do through these devices. So I think we're going to see that happen. Someone's going to be a third player and jump in. Elon actually, it makes the most sense since Apple's coming out with a car. Why wouldn't he want to throw a big FU out there and create a phone? But who knows? But I do see that actually happen. Someone else is going to jump in here and see this opportunity to jump into a multi-billion-dollar market. So next thing is censorship. I did videos a while back talking about censorship. I'm not a big fan of censorship because I don't like someone controlling the information that comes to me. Sure, there's stuff that's false and accurate out there, and I understand the importance of making sure that kind of stuff isn't harmful to people. But some things need to be heard, and just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean that you should not push that out to other people. It's pretty obvious that mainstream media is very biased to one side or the other, depending on what channel you watch, what blogs you read, what online platforms you go to. There's tons of bias out there. But when it comes to these online tech giants and they want to censor the information that comes out to you, that's scary because it's not you're not going to hear both sides of things. You're not going to hear things that could be true and are important. Now, this is what I think is going to happen from here because the censorship has been pretty one-sided. They have censored the right way more than they have the left. And again, I'm not getting into taking sides here or debate that's just factual. I mean, look at the accounts that have been removed. Look at the ideals that have been removed. It's very jaded to one side. So let's just be honest here. Now, where I'm going with this is why I say all censorship is bad. You're going to see that tilt now. So control never stops. So just because you're controlling the narrative now and you're controlling the information that goes out now and you're censoring it to go out how you want it to be, it's not going to stop there. So you might be on the right side of it now, but you may not be on the right side of it a year from now, 5 years from now. And that's what I said a while back when I did it on my video on saying censorship is bad, because you just keep taking control. Maybe it's, maybe now they start censoring different types of Democrats, maybe your moderates versus your, socialist Democrats. Maybe now as time goes on, there's going to be more of a separation there. And I believe that too. Maybe they start getting censored one side or the other. You're going to start maybe seeing more censorship when it comes to large companies, products, maybe even. So it's not going to stop here. You don't just take control of something and then just stop there. You're always going to have an underlining mission or agenda or something along those lines. And when you're only putting out what you agree on, at some point that will cross over to the other side and you will see that. So I think you're going to see people who are all about censorship right now. Maybe 5 years from now, they're going to turn around and say, whoa, what's going on? Why am I being censored? This isn't right. Well, you were okay with, 7 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it was. So now this is where we're at. Again, I am not a fan of censorship. I'm not a fan of people dictating and only putting out the information that they want you to see. You really got to do your due diligence now and search and do different things, see both sides of it. There's always two sides of something, and the truth's usually in the middle because both sides are both full of shit, in my opinion. So, again, I just want to throw out these predictions. Don't want to get into any political arguments. I am very, very tired of that. No one's proven anybody wrong. No one's solving any arguments. No one's solving any debates. No one is changing anybody's mind online. So just stop arguing. But I do want to throw those things out there because, I really see everything that's going on right now will spawn new things and new thing. For every action, there is a reaction. We're going to see a lot of reaction out of this. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys next week for Web Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.